So you're getting some fan mail?
Yes, well, I suppose you could call it fan mail. So this arrived on Friday last week. It says, "Dear Tracey Martin, you do not know me. However, I want to tell you what an impressive job you've done as a minister."
A message from Barbara from Hataitai to Minister Tracey Martin. It came with a bunch of flowers.
They're looking a little tired now, but they were lovely on the day.
In another office, a little bit of shredding by Jenny Marcroft. Are these classified? Are they confidential?
They're top secret.
Top secret.
I've always had a sort of a philosophy that when things change dramatically, whether you're made redundant or something like that, that actually you're being set free. And to be set free enables something new to come in.
Are you sad to be leaving? Are you over it?
No, I'm not over it, but I'm not sad either. I mean, I'm a realist, right? This is what the job is. It's always been a 3-year job.
What conversations have you had with Winston Peters since election night?
Very few. I sent him a message myself on the morning after the election, thanking him for the opportunity, because I wouldn't have been here without New Zealand First and Winston Peters. So I just wanted to acknowledge that.
Has he told you whether he's going to stay on?
No, he hasn't told me that.
Has he told anybody? Has he made any indication to the party?
Not that I'm aware of.
Let's talk about your time as a minister. I would argue that your most difficult portfolio was Oranga Tamariki, Children's Minister.
Yes.
How would you describe what you've done there?
Well, I've done my best is how I describe it, and I remember the first interview I ever gave when I became a minister. They asked me what sort of minister I wanted to be, and I said I want to be a brave one.
Newsroom story of an attempted uplift of a newborn caused a storm of protest. Māori calling for resignations and a separate by Māori for Māori agency.
Give my moko back!
On reflection, do you think that a separate agency for Tamariki Māori would have been the way to go?
No, I don't. We need to change the conversation and change the power structure. But I don't think we need to have this segregation of this is one cultural group over here, and if you're a child of another cultural group, you're going over here. I don't think it'll work. But I would have to say a 50% drop in children between 0 and 3 months old coming into the care of the state between 2017. That's happened under Gráinne Moss's watch. That's happened under my watch. That's the turn we were looking for. That's because we need to keep devolving and supporting those families, and that is happening.
But being in charge of such a controversial portfolio has also had a personal cost.
It's probably the first time in my life that I've been frightened for myself. And that is because there's a couple of groups that are quite aggressive on social media, but also in the physical world. There were, at one stage, people were talking about protesting outside my house in Warkworth. My children were home alone.
We're starting a new campaign. We're going to go and find these people, which we can lawfully do because you can't hide in New Zealand. And we're going to protest outside their homes. Brooker versus New Zealand Police, Supreme Court of Appeal. If you're a shocking, criminal, lying, low-life social worker working for Oranga Tamariki, or a shocking, useless lawyer not doing his job properly, or a dirty cop, expect us to be on your door. Oranga Tamariki is a lawless, corrupt, criminal ministry that needs to be closed. And as Radio New Zealand asked me this morning, with the fact that the Kaitaia site has been closed, and if I had any empathy for those social workers who allegedly just go to work to do their job.
Didn't work for the brown coats.
None. We've asked ministers repeatedly through National and Labour, useless. While at New Zealand First, Tracey Martin was a clown, and now she's been run out because she wouldn't stand on the top of the CEO of Oranga Tamariki, Gráinne Moss. And all the complaints that we've been making for numerous years have come out in reports by of the Ombudsman and their abuse and lawlessness over Section 78, which removed the right of a parent to be the guardian of a child.
It's happened under my watch.
And we've been telling the Trial Commissioner, Judge Beecroft, that human rights have been abused by the state of New Zealand for numerous years, and he knew, and he did nothing. Just the same as all those government officials and bureaucrats that allow children to be sexually tortured with electrification on their genitals at Lake Alice. Brown law! Those lawless bloody lawyers that are paid for by the taxpayers have been covering up the behaviour of Dr. Leitz and those criminal social workers and mental health workers within the confines of Lake Alice. Over Tamariki, gotta go!
It's news for me to be afraid to go to somewhere in New Zealand. I've never been afraid to just show up on my own. I'm a fairly confident person. But this caused me pause.
Jenny Marcroft's new parliamentary pass now says former MP on it. And she's not sure, after being dramatically dropped down the party list without explanation, whether she will be back.
I used to vote for New Zealand First, and I even asked Ron Marks, Doris Falls and Tracey Martin, does you support the New Zealand government using children in international drug operations?
It's happened under my watch.
And the continued abuse of children in state care.
It's happened under my watch.
And we wish to call for the resignation of Tracey Martin. Oh, Shane Doan will read some porn on taxpayers' money. You can't. You can't.
Hey, that's not your property. Get the away from it.
Would you be happy to be part of New Zealand First again? After what happened at the election with the list rankings?
I think that it's, you know, I'm not defined by a number. That doesn't actually speak to my value and my worth.
Tracey Martin has been involved with New Zealand First since 1993, and she too is taking her time before committing to being part of the party again.
It's a big question, actually. It's a big question because I sat down, my husband and I have been together for 27 years. For 18 years of those, 9 for him and 9 for me, we've worked away from home. That's 18 years of our marriage. We need to take some time over this little next period and figure out what's best for us. So it's not an answer I can give right now.
So she'll spend time with her winemaker husband in Carterton, contemplating. But whether she comes back or not, she's clear about her contribution.
But mostly I'm proud of being part of actually keeping together one of the first true MMP governments. Everything that the Prime Minister faced, this government faced. From a terrorist attack to White Island, to Mycoplasma bovis, to a pandemic. And I've played my part in that, keeping this country together and keeping it safe. And I'm proud of that.